Hey, what is going on, guys? Today I'm sharing with you, I guess, a passion project of mine because recently I've actually been getting into Formula E racing, not as much watching the real thing, but driving it in sims because I feel like it's just such a very different experience, and it's one that I think all of you need to experience for yourselves. So I'll be sharing with you the two ways that you can experience Formula E, the two best ways you can in sim racing. And then I'm going to give you 3 reasons on why I think you should. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. So I've kind of developed 2 names for both ways to experience it. You have the cheap but sample way, and then you have the more expensive but fully fledged way. And let's start with the cheaper way. This is the VRC Formula Lithium. If you haven't been in the Assetto Corsa modding space for a while, maybe you missed out on this one. It came out in 2019 by the guys over at VRC. Yes, that VRC, the one that makes the new BMW V12 LMR and all the LMP1 cars. This is them. They made the Gen 2 Formula E car for Assetto Corsa, and it is, by all accounts, a fantastic car mod for Assetto Corsa. I myself have even made 4 skins for Season 7. You can find them on my race department. I'll throw them in the link in the description below. So if you do pick this one up, you can have those 4 Season 7 skins. At the time of recording, this one is going to run you $4.51 USD or €4, so very cheap and inexpensive, and it does give you a quite good experience. There is a little bit of jerry-rigging though, which electricity is basically gas to the game, so you basically just have a really high rate of fuel burn, but overall I think it works well enough, and it also comes with a custom-made battery app in the Formula E broadcast style, so you can check how much charge you have, because a lot of your Assetto Corsa apps probably won't work in terms of telling you how much charge you have left. The biggest drawback to Assetto Corsa is that there are no real good official Formula E tracks for the sim, so you're going to be taking these around your smaller street circuits like Long Beach, Orchard Road Raceway, which is what I'm driving in this one, is a fictional track in Singapore. It works really nicely as well. Those are going to be what you're going to be sticking to. You can take it on circuits as well, but you probably won't get the best racing experience. This is a great way to get the taste of the cars themselves and what it's like to drive, but for the full-fledged racing experience, you're going to want to turn yourself to option 2. Now we move to the more expensive and fully fledged way, and that is rFactor 2. Now, if you already have rFactor 2 itself, then this is going to cost you a lot less, but without any sales, rFactor 2 alone is going to run you $31 USD, and then you have the full Formula E pack, which is going to run you a whopping $38. I do highly recommend you get both rFactor 2 and this DLC on a sale. It goes on sale pretty much every time there's a Steam sale, so if you're watching this as it comes out and you really want to hop in, I would wait it out. But the full Formula E pack comes with the Gen 2 car, all of the brand new Season 8 liveries, and 6 Formula E circuits. Those are the Monaco E-Prix, even though that one's sadly redundant now as they're running the full circuit this year. But we have the Berlin E-Prix, New York, Hong Kong, Rome, and Diriyah. Especially with rFactor 2's AI, which I've found to be quite competitive in the Formula E cars, this is going to be the best racing experience overall, taking to the track with the AI, racing them around these really high-quality, tight, twisty street circuits. The Gen 2 car uses real-life simulator data, and all of the tracks are laser scanned. Formula E endorses this. They are fully on board. This is where their esports series is located in rFactor 2. They had the Formula E Accelerate esports, and then they also had, during COVID, their like online races on here as well, just kind of like how F1 did with the F1 games. If you can fork over the pretty hefty chunk of cash for this pack and rFactor 2 if you don't already have it, you are going to be getting the best Formula E experience you can in sim racing, and I can guarantee you, you will have a lot of fun with it. This also features attack mode in real life where you have to drive through the designated offline zones for it. The Assetto Corsa one, you just press your overtake button and it will just automatically do it no matter where you are. So it's also nice for that bit of realism when you're actually racing the AI. But now I want to tell you my 3 reasons why I think you need to try this out. Now, I know the age-old complaint for Formula E is the cars sound way too annoying, and trust me, I agree too. I hate how these things sound. They're pretty ear-shattering to me. I have to turn my audio way down in rFactor too, but I don't want that to dissuade any of you from actually getting into this. The instant torque of these electric motors are something that you have never tried, never experienced in sim racing before. If you thought an F1 car had a lot of pull off the line, then you have not even come close to trying these things out yet. Coming out of corners, having to watch your throttle pedal really heavily, and the brakes as well with the brake-by-wire system, really have to feather them or they will lock up. And it's overall just a very unique experience. It doesn't drive like any other Formula car. Now we move to the tires. This is one of the only Formula series, or actually I think it is the only Formula series to use grooved tires and not slicks. These things are basically running on souped up Michelin Pilot road tires. If you've ever raced a road car in real life or in sims, you will know that if you have road tires, they take a lot more time to get up to temperature, and overall, the feeling of them is completely different to slick tires at the limit. Now you take all these differences from the tires alone and throw them on very different Formula cars to anything you've ever driven, and you have a completely new driving experience. And my final reason is one that you're only going to be able to experience in rFactor 2, but that is the tracks. Now, I know to a lot of people, Formula E tracks look very bland and boring, just a lot of 90-degree corners, very narrow track, no real elevation change, and I went into it too, thinking that these tracks were going to be quite boring to lap, but I actually found that in their own way, that's kind of not true. I think it's a very different type of enjoyment than lapping the Nürburgring Nordschleife in a GT3 car at the limit, but there is something genuinely fun and rewarding about lapping these tracks, getting all of your braking points just right. Even when they're 90-degree corners, when you get the braking just right, you carry as much speed as you can, and you get on the power perfectly as early as you can. It is genuinely quite a lot of fun. And you throw in some AI to the mix going nose to tail through these corners, and you have a very different racing experience than, say, GT3s at Spa. Or hell, even F3 cars around pretty much every single circuit that you would normally drive an F3 car around. So yeah, overall, those are my reasons why I think you should try out Formula E cars, and the 2 best ways to do so in sim racing. Whether you've already tried out the Assetto Corsa mod, the rFactor 2 Formula E pack, or you're going to right now, drop a comment below about your experience with Formula E cars and if you like driving them. I feel like I'm kind of in a world of my own with these opinions, but I don't know, I hope I'm wrong. Thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, a like and a sub would mean a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed this newer style of content. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good one, guys.